Okay, I'm going to show you today to make a pillowcase, just a regular pillowcase for your bed pillow. This is going to fit a standard size bed pillow. And this is using the hot dog method, which I think is kind of fun. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need 3/4 of a yard of your pillow body. That was 3/4 of a yard, so 27 inches by width of fabric. Then you're going to need a cuff, and that cuff is going to be 1/4 of a yard, so 9 inches by width of fabric. And then a trim piece, and I've used this stripe. I cut it 2 inches by width of fabric, and then I'm going to press it in half with right sides out. And then after you get those cut, we're going to open up our fabrics, and we start with the cuff piece. You lay it down right side up, the whole width of fabric going across this way. The trim piece, we're going to have it going across here.
Lining up your raw edges.
Raw edges are supposedly even and should go all the way across. This trim piece is just a little shorter than my fabric, but that's okay. I'm going to line it up on one edge, and later I will trim it all where it's straight. And then the next, after I have those two laid out like that, I'm going to take the raw edge of the body of the pillowcase, and I'm going to lay that on top of this so that all of my raw edges are even. And then I'm going to pin that, but I have to go get my pins. So if you want to stop for a bit, I'll go get pins. All right, now I have my pins, and I'm just going to pin that, and I want to catch, I'm going through 4 layers, and I'm keeping raw edges even, and I just pin it every so often.
Lisa's not usually a pinner, so this is something for her.
I know. If I can avoid using pins, I do. I will tell you that there is a step I skip in this that I think Debbie would probably do, and you can do it if you want to. I just skip it. It's after I pin this, you can baste it and sew it together within your 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then you don't have to use the pins again. I'm going to pin it and then repin it, and I'm not going to baste it. I'm just watching to make sure, like this trim piece was sliding down a bit. I want all of my raw edges even. And then this next part is kind of fun. Have you made any of these, Debbie?
I have. It's been a while.
Yeah. There was one year for Christmas that I made, I think, 27 of them and gave them as gifts. And if I had a sweatshirt or something else like that, it was the gift wrap. Okay.
That makes a nice gift wrap. This really would. It's Christmassy looking.
All right, so then your body of your pillowcase, you're going to roll it up. They call it the hot dog now. So we're going to just keep rolling this up. Get it going. Mostly it's just to keep it out of the way of what they call the bun, which we called the 9-inch piece of cuff. So now you can see that this is going to be out of the way when I bring the cuff around and over. So now I've got right sides together with my 2 cuff pieces too.
So you're really sewing it onto the wrong side of the body of the pillowcase there.
Yes.
So everything that's showing now is wrong side out.
Yeah, and then this is where you could have basted it, and then you would just be repinning. I just take the same pins out and pin it again. And now I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of fabric in here. 2 trim piece layers, 2 cuff layers, and 1 pillowcase body layer.
Because the other part of the pillowcase is the hot dog.
Yeah, right. It's all rolled up in there where we don't want to stitch it.
And this cuff is the bun.
Yes. And the purpose of this is so that all of these seams will be within fabric, so you won't have raw edges right inside your pillow where the cuff is sewn on to the body.
That makes it very nice because then you don't have little stringy things start coming.
Okay, and now I am ready to go sew this. I will sew along this edge, 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then I'll come back and show you the next fun part.
Okay.
Okay, now I have my layers sewn together, and so it looks like I've got all of my raw edges caught on this side, and you can see the hot dogs there inside of the bun, and it's on this side too. This next step is kind of fun because you just reach in and you pull out the pillowcase, and it flips the bun back outside. Ta-da! So now I've got what will be the pillowcase cuff that was the bun. That needs to be pressed. And then I will sew right sides together, a seam that'll go, and what I will do is trim this off first, so that it's not a part of the pillowcase, and that's how I make everything even. They're pretty even though. This one's the inside's quite a bit, so I will cut this even so it's
Sure.
we don't.
So all your edges are out even with one
Yes.
another before you sew it again.
Yeah, and then you sew down the side and across the bottom, and you'll have your pillowcase. It's that easy.
It is very easy.
Okay, I'll go do that, and I'll bring you back a finished pillowcase.
Okay.
Okay, this is what the finished pillowcase looks like. It's just a regular pillowcase for your bed pillow, but isn't it cute? It's got its cuff, its trim, and the body of the pillowcase.
It is really cute.
So that's what they look like when they're done. Easy, easy. I'm gonna go make another one.
Okay.